friend. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. I hope you are having an awesome Monday. I know Mondays can sometimes be challenging for most people. Welcome to another special edition of Networking Know-How. Now, every Wednesday afternoon between 3:30 and 5:30 Central, I go live for Networking Know-How for Down and Dirty Networking to help you learn some tips, tricks, so you can network more stress-free like we do in our Down and Dirty Networking online community. But it's not Wednesday. It's because we've got something special. And because we've got something special, we're going live every day. And I've got a special training just for you. So stay tuned. If you're watching live or on replay, let me know where you're watching from. Get up and chat. But before I get going, let's talk a little bit about the return on investment. One of the things I hear a lot of people say is, what do things cost you? Well, we're going to talk about the return on investment in networking, but we're going to compare it. And we're going to compare it to investment versus cost, and then the different types of networking so that you can actually get the most bang for your buck and the most bang for your hour and time, because that's really what it's all about, right? So if you are able to get up and chat, let me know. So make sure I can chat, see everybody. So let me know how you're doing. Let me know where you're watching from, because I do comment on everything that's been commented, whether you're watching live or on replay. All right, but before I get started, for those that may not know who I am and we have not yet connected, I'm Laura Morlando, the Stress Commando, and I am the founder and CEO of Down and Dirty Networking. So to our topic today, and what the heck is Down and Dirty Networking? So Down and Dirty Networking is a 100% relational online networking community. We are not transactional. We're not traditional. We are 100% relational. And so let's kind of dig into the topic for today, which is the return on investment, or ROI, compared. So first up, when you think of networking, there's two types of networking. So, hey, Kevin, glad you made it. It's good to see you. I met you networking, so this is awesome. This is a good topic for you to jump in there, my friend. Glad you're here. All right, so let's talk about the two types of networking. Traditional networking, otherwise known as transactional networking, is typically what we all think about when we think about networking. And so it's all about, hi, my name is, here's an exchange of business cards, leads, referrals, job offers, or some kind of an ask. Maybe you're networking at a company, or maybe you're positioning for being on that be assigning a new project or a new Scrum team, or whatever the case may be. But in either case, it's transactional because you're making an ask. So when you think of traditional networking, typically it's transactional in nature. I have found there's another type of networking, and we call that here in Down and Dirty Networking relational networking, where there are no 30-second commercials, there are no sales pitches, there are no asks of buy my stuff or promote me of any kind. Relational networking is about having meaningful conversations to learn from and about someone to build lasting and authentic relationships. And so when you think of the two ways of networking, they're totally different. Now, make no mistake, you can have a relational networking mindset while you're engaging in traditional networking. In fact, I would highly recommend it. I've done previous videos on it. It's the best return on your investment when you adopt relational networking mindset and apply it to traditional networking. Kevin, that's how you and I connected, to build a relationship at a traditional networking event, because I believe that's how we connected. So what's the return on the investment between the two types of networking compared? Well, first up, I'm going to compare them like, or as close to like as I can. If you're doing traditional networking, straight up ask, you're not looking to build relationships, I'm going to tell you, don't do that. If you're doing that, you are going to be spending a lot of time and money without very little result. In fact, you're probably tanking your reputational capital by being that person that just sells everybody everything. But if you're doing traditional networking, more relationship-minded, more relational-minded, then you're making a better investment of your time in the traditional space. If you're doing 100% relational networking with Down and Dirty Networking, that's what I'm going to compare. What's the return on investment? So if you're networking to get leads and sales and you're just out there selling and telling, you're going to be costing yourself time. You might get some leads, but you're not going to get there. When you're doing networking traditionally, depends how you look at how you're doing it, whether you're doing it online or in person. Online is by far the most effective from a return on investment. There's no geography. You can see everybody globally. You can do it without having to do travel time. There's no meal expense. There's no potentially meeting expense. So it definitely reduces your overall cost and gives you an opportunity to spend more time networking. So that's one of the advantages of online networking and the return on your investment. Now, some people prefer the in-person face-to-face, and that's great. If you want to do that, that's fantastic, but you do have to allow for travel time. You are limited by geography, and you do have to take that into account when you're attending, whether it be events or you're doing follow-up one-to-ones. Now, in the online space, when you're doing relational networking, there's no fluff. There's no speakers. There's no 30-second introductions, 30-second commercials, sales pitch introductions. There's no mundane routine. You get right into meaningful conversations. One of the things that I found missing, and I still find missing in traditional networking, is the opportunity to have a meaningful conversation. Not a minute to say who you are and what you do, but a meaningful conversation. And that's what we do. What typically takes a lot of time after traditional networking is the follow-up. Maybe you're doing one-to-ones, whether they be virtually or in person, to really get to know and connect with people. When you're doing down and dirty networking, when you attend our events, you get to connect in a much more meaningful way immediately. We are cutting the fluff of traditional networking so that you can have those meaningful conversations, and that increases the return on your investment to be able to connect and to be able to truly, as we say, co-elevate, collaborate, and connect with no muss, no fuss. So you have to factor in, what is your objective? If you're looking to get off the island of alone, if you're looking to expand your business and your career, and you would love to have a supportive online community, there's no better return on your investment than down and dirty networking, because that's why I built that community, to get me off the island of alone when I found myself tethered to digital devices due to 2 autoimmune and Lyme diagnosis. I was like, okay, I really could use some support from people. I can no longer go in person. And so the return on the investment from a virtual sense for me is priceless. To be able to connect like this with you, I've had a very full day of doctor's appointments. I'm exhausted. But I couldn't have done this and connect with all of you without the benefit of virtual technology. And that's one of the advantages that Down and Dirty Networking provides, is this on-demand 24/7 access to the community with the events, the 24/7 app access, and our members only platform. Now, when you're looking at traditional networking, especially when you're in person, there's travel time, meal expense, cost of the meeting. There's some of those things that you have to factor into. Now, if you are truly leaning more towards the in-person event, my 2 cents is find 2 events, go deep with those, become a full-on member with 1 or 2, and then really develop relationships with everybody. Early on, when I was doing in-person events, I was probably a member of 4 to 6, and I spent a lot of my time attending the events and very little time actually following up and having meaningful conversations with everybody. It became kind of a full-time job. And that's what I realized. It's better to shorten the amount of events that I'm attending and go deeper with the conversations with those that I was connecting with. It's a better return on your investment, and you'll find it's much more fun, it's less daunting, and it doesn't feel so much as a chore. So when it comes to return on investment, there is absolutely no better return of your time and energy than networking. And all the stats prove it. Over 80+% people know that networking will help them get their career skyrocketed or their business. But unfortunately, we always put it last because we feel like it's a chore. So this is an opportunity for you to really rethink as we go into the back end couple 2.5 months of the year. If you want to create momentum going into 2024, which I can't even believe I'm already saying that right now, but if you want to create momentum going into 2024, the way that you do that is you start connecting with people. You start connecting with your clients, you start connecting with new people, and really go deep on the relationships. The stronger your relationships, the stronger your reputational capital. The higher your reputational capital, the higher the trajectory of your career and business. I have seen it time and time again for myself, my clients, and those that I know and those that I network with. So think about it as an investment, not a cost. Think about it that by not networking, you're costing yourself a lot. You're making things so much harder for you. You're having to do things all on your own. You have to come up with the ideas on your own. So wouldn't easy be a better solution to where you can work smarter, not harder? Networking can actually be your professional easy button, especially if you're engaging in relational networking, where you've got instant access to people that are willing to pour into you and help you overcome a challenge, give you an idea, or just brainstorm some of these situations that you're dealing with. All right, so that's a little bit about the ROI. Shift your mindset from cost to investment. Make sure you're going deep on relationships, no matter whether or not you're doing traditional networking. But by all means, if you're doing relational networking, that's all it's about. You can ditch the pitch, you can ditch all of the 30-second commercials and come build authentic and lasting relationships. Now, if this sounds good and you're curious, And you don't have to choose one or the other. You could actually do both if you wanted to. That's how I met Kevin, doing a traditional networking event. But if you'd like to check out what a 100% relational networking event is all about, then I invite you to drop the word sneak peek in the comments, or DM me hashtag sneak peek, and I will send you information about our signature event that is coming up this Wednesday at noon Central Time. It is our virtual sneak peek event, and this is a big event because October is World Online Networking Month. And so this is a way for you to really connect, compress time, and maximize your conversations and your connections and raise your vibrational energy. So if you're curious, Laura, what is this whole relational thing? Are we really not going to have speakers or pitches, and what's left? Come check it out for yourself. I think you will be pleasantly surprised when you do. Come see what we're all about. So drop the words hashtag sneak peek in the comments, or DM me hashtag sneak peek, and I will send you more information about the virtual sneak peek that is happening this Wednesday, October the 18th at noon Central Standard Time. All right. If you would love to expand your connections beyond that, you're like, Laura, I'm in for Wednesday, but I'm ready for more. Because it's World Online Networking Month, don't forget to watch our posts that we do on LinkedIn and Facebook. So go to the Down and Dirty Networking LinkedIn and Facebook page, and you will see daily posts that you can answer and engage with others and connect with like-minded professionals. It's been a lot of fun, but these questions are primers and prompts for you to use in your day, or maybe to send in a private message on LinkedIn or your favorite social media platform. So we're doing all the heavy lifting for you so that you can get back to connecting and triggering more meaningful conversations and make it feel less of a chore and more fun. All right, so if you like this, if there's been some value, get up into the chat, let me know, give us a thumbs up, tag a friend, and stay tuned for more posts. I'll be going live again tomorrow, and then again on Wednesday after the event for our wrap-up call to kind of tell you the best practices, things that we learned from some of the guests, so you'll get to hear their words, not mine. So stay tuned for the next 2 days between 3:30 and 5:30 Central Standard Time for 2 more special editions of Networking Know-How, the World Online Networking Month edition. All right, Kevin, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you for being here. Thanks to everyone else watching. And for you who are watching on replay, thank you for being here. I appreciate you. All right, I can't wait to see you tomorrow, but I really can't wait to see you on Wednesday. All right, bye for now. And until tomorrow, happy networking.